6.5.
What? Oh, is that Colin Kirkpatrick? What's he doing there? What is this all
Frankly,
about?
don't have an explanation for this.
Climate control?
Went down to one knee before even taking a punch, and the fight's over.
Bro, what? What? What's going on, guys? It's Troydan here, and today we've got boxing's worst fights. There's nothing worse than a rigged boxing fight, especially when you bet money on the guy who loses. I've seen enough of it, and I hate it, Jake Paul. First time watching this video, of course, though, is from SMB Boxing. Link in the description below. Make sure to sub to this channel 30 times. Go.
Sometimes, for all the wrong reasons, bad fights are as enthralling as good fights.
You talk about throwing a punch from Australia, he's throwing his from some other planet I don't know.
However, other times, bad fights offer no replay value whatsoever and should only be viewed again in a video like this.
What's
and that was
happening
embarrassing.
here?
They should hold up that man's purse. That was one of the worst displays of a fight I've ever seen.
Today, on SMB Boxing,
Respect him saying
we will
that.
present to you a collection of fights that were either bad but entertaining or spectacles that, for various reasons, made the viewers feel like the real losers.
What was that?
In September of 2022, Nufil Wata traveled over 4,000 miles from France to Canada to fight Simone Keane. However, at the sound of the opening bell, Wata did this.
6.5.
What? Oh, is that Colin Kirkpatrick? What's he doing there? What is this all
Frankly,
about?
don't have an explanation for this.
Climate control?
Went down to one knee before even taking a punch.
Hope it ain't Peter.
And the fight's over.
Bro, what?
The sequence was reminiscent
What?
of Curtis Harper's walkout at
happened?
the start of a 2018 fight against F.A. Ajagba, and Keane, who did actually land a soft jab, was awarded a first-round TKO victory.
Simone, the Grizzly.
Hey, maybe he hit him hard. We can't judge that dude. Have you stepped
After
into
the
a ring?
decision on the fight was made, Keane issued an apology to the fans who had
Why?
paid to see
Why
him
did that
compete.
I would never do that.
C'est impensable, mais
Thank you.
vraiment désolé pour tout. Merci sur le Eye of the Tiger et tout. Merci, au revoir.
Wata later explained via social media that he took a knee and raised a hand as a protest for being refused insurance by his local boxing commission, the French Boxing Federation,
thought
and
he
the
was gonna say
full
home
amount of his
insurance.
fight purse is believed to have been permanently withheld.
I couldn't get a great
Some
rate.
kind of explanation
Oh,
from
Lord.
Wata, who,
That's
all week
stupid.
long
Nah,
was
I
talking
don't.
about
How much did he
the
get
fight
paid?
that's going to be
$200?
participants.
From
I mean,
one
maybe it
soft
didn't matter.
finish to another. It's fair to say that most boxing prospects don't face too many live opponents in their first year as a pro, and this was hilariously demonstrated when up-and-coming Cuban heavyweight Jorge Luis Gonzalez met American Big Ben Smith in his first year as a prize fighter.
What is the
in
Brooklyn Brawler of
1991.
boxing?
I want you to obey my commands at all times. When I tell you to break,
That Earl
break
Hebner?
cleanly. Understand? Protect yourself at all times. Shake hands and come out boxing at the bell.
Boxing at
Just
the bell.
moments into the first round, Gonzalez made Big Ben call time on his night in the ring after he landed a right hand that mostly hit the American's shoulder and then bundled him through the ropes and onto the ring apron.
All right, this is round one.
He's rocked already.
The taller of the two fighters. He wears the red trunks with the black trim. Big Ben Smith in the black trunks with the white stripe. And he comes out fighting like a wild man. And he rolls.
I think he had
into the
vertigo,
two
dude. He got the spins. I know what
He's hanging
that's
on
like.
for dear life already, and he hasn't even been hit.
None of those
Not a good sign.
Budweisers in me. Or maybe Coors Lights.
I wonder what
I'll be
they're
doing the
telling
same
him.
thing.
They're looking over his license right now and wiping the sweat off his pants. Let's see.
Did he
Don't
stop
tell me
the
he's going
fight?
to be hurt.
Wow.
He's going to wave it off.
Man, dude, that's disgusting. That is.
I don't think the
Ugh.
fans are going to be too happy with
Imagine
this
paying for that.
performance.
What should be the
Boxing
main event?
Commission, which
Someone
now
paid
has
for
an
that.
indelible impression of Big Ben Smith all over their trousers.
That was his
May
head.
not forget what he's done in the ring here tonight in Florida. Here's another look at it. We'll see if we can find something for you. Looks like Ben Smith
Dude.
needs a seeing-eye dog there as he comes in.
Now, all right, he corrals him around the neck.
Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Big Ben didn't even get clocked.
Well, he struck out here. Big Ben Smith seems very pleased to pick up a paycheck. Not a knockdown.
How much did he get paid for that? I wonder.
He's thrown out of the ring and he simply quit. Something.
I mean, if you have no
not
chance in
quite
winning, I
with
mean-
Big Ben Smith tonight, perhaps the sight.
Maybe you do that.
Gonzalez enough to
I don't
shake
know
him
his
up.
situation. I don't know what's going
Although
on.
the commentators humorously summed up the fight, The ring announcer Mark Bureau deserves a mention for this troll moment.
The time, a John Unitas, 19 seconds of the first round. The winner
What's that
by
mean?
technical knockout, Jorge Gonzalez.
Dude, he's paced, man. Well, actually, no, he's not paced. He don't care. He got a free weight. The only people that are paced is everyone not involved in this fight.
Even Mark Bureau getting in on the jokes.
In 1996 and 1997, the heavyweight division went through a dark period of high-profile fights, ending with controversy and disqualification.
Good luck, 12 rounds.
Firstly and secondly, Andrew Collado was DQ'd in both of his fights against Riddick Bowe in 1996
He hit him
because
so
he
hard
couldn't
his
stop
cock
himself
got hard.
from hitting Bowe's nether regions. The first DQ also triggered an infamous full-blown riot at Madison Square Garden.
This ring has been stormed by thugs and hooligans.
Thirdly, Oliver McCall suffered a nervous breakdown during a rematch against Lennox Lewis in February of 1997 and lost his WBC title when the bout was stopped in the 5th round.
Something's not right. That's it. That is it. The fight is over.
And fourthly, in a highly anticipated rematch in June of 1997, Mike Tyson was disqualified for biting Evander Holyfield's ears and then banned from boxing for 15 months.
Mike Tyson resorting to biting tactics, and he still wants more as he's being
Mike was crazy, dude.
Richie Giacchetti.
After Tyson's ear biting, boxing needed a lift, and the chance to restore some credit to the sport came around quickly, as Lennox Lewis had agreed to begin his second reign as the WBC champion with a title defense against Henry Akinwande in July of 1997.
Just how big a threat is Akinwande to Lewis?
Well, he might hug him to death, but he really is a threat.
At the very least, the all-British heavyweight clash just needed to be a decent spectacle without any controversy. However, as hinted at by Larry Merchant during the pre-fight broadcast, Akinwande appeared to suffer from stage fright and held Lewis as soon as he got into range, which prompted referee Mills Lane to issue a warning to the challenger in just the first 30 seconds of the contest.
I think he's an MMA fighter.
He can be aggressive, and he's come out aggressively, initiating the exchanges with Akinwande in the first 30 seconds of the fight, and Mills Lane already with a conference about holding.
Unfortunately for everyone watching, Akinwande's holding only got worse, which led to Lane deducting a point off him in the second round and calling for a timeout so he could further attempt to shake the challenger up by bringing him over to his trainer, Don Turner.
There's timeouts in boxing?
I'm going to chase you. And you can do better than that, you understand? Come on. Let's go.
Don't let this guy disqualify you.
In the third and fourth round, Akinwande not only continued to hold Lewis at every opportunity, he also didn't let go of the champion on multiple occasions when he was instructed to do so by Lane.
Oh, man. They stuck him out, dude. Give him the card. Red card. That's your second technical. You're done.
It ain't gonna be pretty.
Oh, Lord.
Have a referee who's very tired.
Lewis still doing an effective job of ducking and slipping. But that time he doesn't
Is this the
get a
whole
punch
fight?
before Akinwande leans all over it.
Man, end it, dude, end it!
8, 10, 12 seconds at a time. Just leaning all over Lewis.
This looks like a mating dance between two boa constrictors.
45 clinches.
Round 4 comes to a close. The crowd
That ref is pissed. You
After
can just
more
see
holding
it
in the
on him.
fifth round by Akinwande, Lane brought him over for the second time in the fight to his trainer, Don Turner, and issued a final warning.
Looks like a Habib fight. 50! 50! He's averaging 10 clinches a round. What a pro. Dude, what is this, a three-way, bro? What are we hanging out here, guys? You can't do this on HBO.
Mills Lane is earning his money these days.
Good Lord.
Second time that Lane has called Don Turner up.
You tell him next time he's gone, okay? You tell him. He's getting ready to disqualify you. You need to fight. Don't let him disqualify.
Dude, what is going on?
All you gotta do is fight him.
I think that, yeah, they probably bet on it, right? They bet on themselves to
Despite
lose.
being given a final ultimatum by Lane, Akinwande clearly didn't want to engage in a fight, and when he held Lewis for over 20 seconds in the final minute of the round, Lane's patience finally ran out and he disqualified the challenger.
I was hoping the ref would slug him.
So he is utterly confused.
Look at this! This is the saddest thing I've ever seen! You know that ref doesn't want to stop the fight. You know, he's very against it. He's trying to do everything he can. Yeah, you gotta kick him out, dude. Disqualify him. Bro, that ref wanted to spit in his face. He told him to get out of his ring! Get out! You'd know his coach was in on night. Look at him smiling. And like, I hope that bet went through. We're gonna look real stupid right now.
To Mills Lane. He was in an almost impossible situation after 2 weeks ago to have to do
get him out of here.
And he had the guts to do what was right.
Because of his poor performance, the Nevada Athletic Commission initially withheld Akinwande's $1 million purse and could have took the full amount rather than just a percentage of it due to a law that was passed after the Tyson-Holyfield rematch.
$1 million?
The Nevada State Athletic Commission,
we got paid $1 million to do that?
Legislation in the past few days would have the power if they want to withhold Henry Akinwande's
Tyson Fury, where you at?
purse. Should they do it?
Not at all. This guy did not know how to protect himself. The only way he knew how to keep this guy off of him was to hold.
Ultimately, the commission came to the conclusion that Akinwande had been punished enough by his DQ loss and allowed him to keep the full amount of his purse.
Wow! Wait, he was 32-1?
Because we both tried to go forward. And I'm in his stall and I'm tall, you know. So there's no, I mean, we can.
You guys settling in MMA, I think.
Inside and I started to get close to him.
As we said earlier in this video, boxing prospects don't face too many live opponents in their first year as a pro, and this was again the case when West Dallas welterweight Cedric Rose took on Edward Rackley in 1983. 2-0 Rose represented the USA as an amateur boxer, while surprisingly Mississippi native Rackley had 1 win from 3 fights.
He's a very mild-mannered young man, Rose is, and here he is in his 3rd professional fight against
2-2 versus 1-2. That seems pretty normal, right?
From the opening bell, Rackley gave it a good go as he bounced around the ring in an ungainly manner and threw wild punches. However, as it was clear that he had no real boxing skill and was in over his head against Rose, the referee quickly saved the Mississippi native from getting badly hurt.
Second pro fight in one of those knockouts against not a great opposition, as it doesn't look like.
Whoa!
Rackley walked into
this dude was throwing some looping shots.
Will take the count of 8 from the referee, Dickie Cole.
Must be his first day on the sticks.
Was in Lake Charles, Louisiana, one of our favorite stops on the ESPN trip. And right now, it looks to me like he's going to do away with Edward Rackley as quickly as he has his other opponents.
Louisiana got good checking. Low that chicken, Papa.
Keeps on coming with those long arms. You talk about throwing a punch from Australia. He's throwing his from some other planet I don't know.
Edward Rackley is not the most stylish fighter we've ever seen here on ESPN.
Those are some looping.
Say that.
Oh, no.
He's down again. That'll be the second count, and that'll be enough for the referee, Dickie Cole. He has seen enough. Rackley is taken out by
at least he tried, like the other guy.
Very, very early.
Hugged him the whole match.
All the class, certainly in the ring, looks to be on his way to a good pro career, but you couldn't tell.
He went out swinging.
The opponent he had tonight.
Well, indeed, even in his first, second, and third pro fight, Cedric Rose better.
Maybe that guy can find KSI next.
With all that amateur experience, it's ludicrous for him to be facing these kind of fighters, really.
In 2020, journeyman Theopolis Tete stepped in to face super welterweight contender Anthony Fowler on just 2 days' notice. However, despite answering the late call, Tete turned up on fight night without a working pair of boxing boots.
Protect yourself at all times, touch gloves.
What does that mean?
From the first bell, the apparent lack of grip from Tete's footwear made him skate around the ring like a novice on ice as Fowler probed at him with left jabs.
Back in 2015,
wait, you need some Jordans? Oh, I see him sliding there. Look at those. That's what my Kyrie's doing, the winner.
Very, very unsteady on his legs early on here.
Dude, someone give him some shoes, man.
I don't think he's been hurt with a shot. Now his legs are.
You gotta be more prepared, bro. You spent all that time in training camp. You can't remember shoes.
Any decent punch landed by Fowler resulted in Tete touching or falling to the canvas due to his lack of balance and grip.
It was a nice crisp shot.
What is he wearing? What are those? Got some and ones on? I can't see them.
Tete could do, and look at him there. His feet are
almost
going from
track shoe.
He needs to try and get through to the end of the round here.
Maybe they can send one of his team back to the changing rooms to get a pair of trainers or something, because those boots
Wait, he left them in the back? There's no way he left him in the back. Oh my god. I didn't realize shoes would make that much of a difference, though.
The second and third time Tete hit the deck, the reason he was struggling to stay upright was perhaps revealed when the soles of his boots were shown to have strips of duct tape on them.
The soles are actually.
Wait, why would you put
tape on the soles?
duct
The
tape?
slowest when he went down.
Why
There
would
was
you
already tape on the soles of the boots. But
why would you put duct
bizarre stuff to watch. Fowler is just
in curling? We used to put duct tape on our shoes so we could slide better. That's the complete opposite. You boner head! You deserve to be all slippy sliding, bro. What a slippy slider!
After Tete went down for the fourth time in total, the referee decided that enough was enough and waved off the contest.
He's not even getting rocked. He just can't. Why would you do that?
Down he goes again there. No knockdown. No knockdown that time. That was purely a loss of balance. The right hand didn't connect, but the round is finished.
It's like they're fighting on skates.
Sent back to his stool, and the referee has waved his arms, and the fight is over.
Just take your boots off. Can you fight with your bare feet?
As I said, it really was. No blame can be attached to Fowler, obviously, but the boots are just not fit for purpose. Are they even his boots? I'm beginning to wonder.
That's hilarious, but also sad.
In 2021, John Rio Casimero and Guillermo Rigondeaux set a new CompuBox record by not hitting each other.
12 rounds of boxing for the WBO Bantamweight Championship of the World.
In their WBO Bantamweight title fight in Carson, California,
that looks like a warm
Casimero and Rigondeaux combined to land just 91 punches over 12 rounds. To put that into perspective, Mickey Ward and Arturo Gatti combined to land 110 punches in just the 9th round of their classic first meeting. After ironically barely touching each other's gloves at the end of the referee's final instruction, the fight actually got off to an eventful start, as on the 2-minute mark of the first round, the belt holder, Casimero, caught Rigondeaux on the back of the head with a left hook, and followed up with multiple right hands that appeared to make the Cuban challenger touch the canvas.
You can bet on if they touch gloves or not. And it looks like the ref forced them to touch gloves. So I feel like you had a bet on it.
The referee rightfully ruled the whole sequence to be both illegal and a slip, and warned Casimero
that is illegal, isn't it? So I'm so used to MMA.
While he was down.
I'm thinking that's normal. I didn't realize you don't do that in boxing.
From the second round, the contest went downhill rapidly, as Rigondeaux decided to get on his bicycle and threw and landed hardly any counter punches, while Casimero ineffectively pressured him and also mostly hit thin air when he committed to an attack.
Well, this is the old Rigondeaux.
Total punches thrown 6 to 8, and we're in the third.
In the old days. And here's what Casimero is not doing at all.
Oh!
He's not cutting off the ring at all against Rigondeaux. He's following him around the ring.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
He's only thrown 13 punches.
I don't. Maybe he just bagged.
And the timekeeper just hit the bell more times than Rigondeaux's.
No! Wait, what was that?
After the bell at the midway point of the fight, Rigondeaux perfectly summed up his lack of aggression with a half-hearted jab to the side of Casimero's head. From there, the low-contact cat-and-mouse action continued.
Why would it continue?
And if anything, actually got worse in its second half.
Dude, boxing wild for this stuff, man. You can't do this in UFC. Big John would kick your ass out for that one. You can't be throwing punches. He threw a sucker punch at him.
Just like you just pointed out now, he is good, you know. He's effective, so he needs to throw more punches.
I feel like I'm going back to my radio DJ days. All I got to do is time and temperature. Bell.
Bro, these commentators got jokes, man.
One thing's for sure, Rigondeaux's well on his way to getting his 10,000 steps in this championship match.
You are correct, sir.
Yeah, we got CK Louis on commentary. I love it.
You don't normally hear boos here in Carson, California. I don't hear anyone yelling defense like you do in football games after
Oh, Lord. I mean, I don't know. I've seen fights like this happen. It's pretty bad, but not as bad as some of the ones you showed at the beginning. Like the guy that started right on his knees, or on one knee, excuse me.
Although neither fighter had much of a case for winning, The judges' scorecards were split, but ended up favoring Casimero, presumably because he was the aggressor in the fight.
And still champion, John Riel.
There it is. What flag is that? Mexico?
Thanks for watching. For whatever reason, what's a fight that you thought was bad and should be considered for this series? Let us know.
Let's start. Jake Paul, Ben Askren. Yeah, I bet $20,000 on Ben. It was a bad fight. Guys, if you got a video like me to watch or react to, you can tweet me at Troydan under the hashtag TroydanReacts. Thank you for watching, and kids, I still haven't financially recovered.